Hello again, Donald and welcome to another video, and this one's going to be another sort of live video, and it's going to be about autism. Now, I know I did a video about this on Saturday, which I quite enjoyed doing, and I got a lot of, interesting comments on that video, so I just want to say, thank you very much. But I want to do other types of videos, about, me involved with autism, and this one is going to be about me meeting people on the spectrum, and I think this is one video I definitely want to talk about, and it might be about other things as well. But anyway, me, meeting people, on the spectrum. Now, me personally, I didn't really properly meet anyone on the spectrum until back in June 2014. Now, I previously met a few people with autism and Asperger's when I was at college, when I studied back between 2012 and 2013. But I didn't properly get to know people until June 2014, when I actually joined a job club, because around that time I was still looking for work. And I went to this place called Specialist Autism Services, or SAS for short. And basically what it is that it's a group. It's basically a group that helps people on autism, who are autistic and who are Asperger's, to look for work. And basically, in this job club, it's like you learn about how employment works, how the world of work, how the world of work entails. And just learning about, helping with CVs and really helping you, get yourself out there. And I actually was there for a full year, from the 2nd of June 2014 to the 1st of June 2015. And it was one of the best places that helped me, learn stuff. And I think not only was I learning stuff, I was also socialising more, because when I first started there, I was really, really nervous, and I assumed I wouldn't enjoy it. And then after that first day, I was just happy, about it. I loved every single minute. And we would go there every Monday, because it was just one day a week. And like I said, we'd just learn new stuff. We'd do apply for jobs, and we would socialise and stuff, and it was one of the best things I ever did back then on my Mondays. Just really, really good. And we started going to places as well, and that's just what boosted my confidence a lot of things. And I just learnt so much by being there, and it was just one of the best places. I was actually attending somewhere else, but that wasn't really that wasn't like that, though, you know what I mean? If you know what I mean, though. And, yeah, it just helped me learn new things and, boost my confidence. As I just said, though, when I first started, I was very nervous, I lacked a lot of confidence, and I really didn't know the world of work, because at that point I'd never ever worked. It just helped me so much, it really, really did. And I always thank them, you know what I mean? I know they don't watch my channel or whatever. I've told them about it, but I always, thank them every single time. And I know, even if they don't, watch my stuff, on my channel, so I say, thank you very much for all the support you did, at that place. It was really, really good. And then unfortunately, it ended within the first year, which is a bit of a shame. It really, really was. But it actually came back the following year, and I was actually there for a few months until I started properly working. But it was still good to, do all that sort of stuff, and it was nice. Like a lot of people I met were in, between the 20s and even early 50s. And it was just interesting to meet people on the different, on the different parts of the spectrum, you know what I mean? It was just interesting, and I became really friendly with a lot of them. A few of them were, I got along really, really well. There was a few of them who, like me, loved Doctor Who, loves video games, and I just got along with him on so well. I really, really did. One of the best people, one of the best one of the best people I ever met down there. And everyone else, it was nice to meet, and find out the different interests. Really, really good. And then when I went again, I was there for from April to May. I was only there for a month, if you want to say that. And again, I met some interesting people, and I met one of my good friends who we started talking through YouTube and stuff, and then started talking through like Facebook and Twitter. And like I said, we go to places, and that's the thing. This is a really, really good friend of mine, and I mentioned him many times. As I said, he's got his own YouTube channel. Aiden is called, really, really good. I mentioned his channel, Agent Aiden 007. He does a lot of interesting content on there, and that's the thing. And we're really, really good friends, and that's what I like about it. We always talk about stuff and life and everything, and I always liked that, so it makes it really, really good. But another thing is what was my thoughts of meeting people like that? Oh, you know what I mean, meeting people on the spectrum. I found it really interesting. Well, I found it encouraging and amazing. To meet people like myself who are on the spectrum, and might have got all those might have been treated differently because being on the spectrum are a bit different. You know what I mean? That's the way it goes. And I just liked it because it was nice to meet people who could understand where they're coming from. Like before that, I always thought that I was like the odd one out in the entire world. I really, really did. And I think everyone on Spectrum feels like that. And I remember one man, he actually asked me, he asked us all when we were at the job club, that group, the autism group, and he asked us all, he says, did you ever feel like you were the only, did you ever feel that you were like the only one, the odd one out overall? And a lot of us said yeah, and I said yes myself. I remember thinking, I must be like the only person like this. You've got like this, the 5 to 6 billion people in this corner, and then you got me, and that's how I used to see it and stuff. And it's not, it really, really isn't. And then once I started fully understanding that, I felt good for myself. It was a good thing, and it helped me so much. It helped me become the person I am, today. Who's, well, I've always been like this, but polite, encouraging, well sociable, full of confidence, everything. And I think that's why when I go back to my earlier videos on YouTube, you can definitely see the amount of confidence I lack, because at that point I didn't really do that sort of stuff. I didn't really go out to places that much, and that was the thing about it. But another thing I want to talk about is with overprotection. And I think a lot of you probably know this if you've, even if you're on the spectrum or not, whether or not you have a disability or not, you have gone through overprotection. And there is a reason why a lot of parents and families do that. It's because obviously they care, they care about their family and stuff. But with me, personally, I have gone through a lot of overprotection, where it's been understandable. I understand why my family do it. And then it sometimes becomes a bit too much, and it really, really annoys me. And my family have always done it for many, many years. And with that, because of how it was, I always believed I would never have my own life. I really, really believed that. I would be a very antisocial person, lack of confidence, living at my family, living with my family all my life. I remember thinking that at one point, and I was really, really worried that I would never ever have that. And I remember one time I asked my mum when we were in the supermarket about me going to places on my own, and at the time I was 17, and I remember my mum saying, hopefully someday, and I remember thinking, hopefully that'd be really, really good. And I asked her, said, well, about when I'm 21, will I be able to, go to places on my own? She said, we'll see. And I remember at one point I got excited, but I remember believing that, you know what I mean? But that wasn't true. I started going to places on my own until I was 18. So anywhere I went, obviously I went with my family. And then once I was able to look after myself, on my own, when I was 19, late 18, early 19, I always got worried because everywhere I went to, my family would always ask me where I'm going, which, you know, that's how it goes. But it would become a bit too much, you know, even when I was 20 years old, 21. And even now, you know what I mean, my family still asks me where I go. Oh, where are you going, Dominic? I said, well, why are you asking? I'm just interested. But I think my mother, and again, I'm not, you know, making fun of her here, but I think she's the one that kind of takes the biscuit, where it becomes a bit too much, and I'm like, why do you need to know so badly? You know what I mean? Because I was talking to a few people about this, and they're saying, yeah, I've been through that before, it's really, really, you know, painful. And even when I was growing up, I think, going to a place when I was 16, 17, 18, you know, my family and stuff, I would get jealous. I would get a little bit envious, where I would see 15, 16-year-olds going to places on their own, and me thinking, I'm 18 and I can't even do that. You know what I mean? And that's what really, really worried me. And I understand why my family do it, because they care a lot about me. You know, I care about my family. But that mentality is really it's really made me want to move out so badly. And that really, really hurts, because again, as I just said, I love my family bits, but the overprotection becomes too much. It really, really does. That anywhere I go, it feels I need to put like a note about stuff. Like, again, years ago, if I went somewhere, I'd have to literally inform my family, which again, I know that's because they want to know where I'm going. But then it gets annoying. You know, I used to joke about, well, just to let you know, I'm going to this place in like 2 weeks, so you know where I'm going. You know what I mean? But it becomes a bit of a pain, and it really, really annoys me. That's just how it feels. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have gone through the same thing. Whether or not you have a disability or not, it's just a bit of a pain. And for example, my family don't really control my life. You know what I mean? They've never really done that. But if I go somewhere, they just ask, oh, where you going? You know what I mean? I'm just going here and stuff. Okay, that's fine. And instead of saying, oh, well, I'm going out for a bit. Okay, that's fine. See you later. I used to think it was like flipping 20 questions. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. But I understand, you know, where they are coming from and stuff. But at least they're not as bad as they used to be several years ago. But yeah. So, yeah, I just want to say, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to, you know, continue on with, you know, doing videos about this. And I just want to say, thank you very much for watching. I hope you really, really enjoyed this video. Learned something about me and all sorts. And hope you catch up on my latest videos this Friday and Saturday coming. And I've got something really interesting on Saturday, so I hope you look forward to that. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!